Wow, summer's over. Here we go.
Leo. Yes, Adam Sandler is back with another noteworthy movie on Netflix. And it's not just any feature. This is Sandler's first animated musical in over 2 decades. Now, there was a time when saying those words would strike fear upon movie fans. As much as Sandler himself has always been admired as a really nice person in general, there was a time when his movies, let's just say, don't share the same admirability. In fact, many consider them to be more of a joke than the actual jokes in the film. Even when trying to produce kid-friendly projects like Hotel Transylvania, they end up becoming subpar at best. And the more this franchise in particular returned, the worse it got. And by the time the 4th movie was made, even Sandler was fed up with them and completely bailed out.
I'm gonna explode into 1,000 little excited bits, and then those little excited bits are gonna explode into millions of tiny little excited bits!
And it was the right decision.
I can't do it!
However, this perception may no longer be the case. Not only are people praising Adam Sandler's more recent performances, but his newer movies are also receiving critical acclaim, setting a new standard where the name Happy Madison has become more appealing than a warning sign. So if his live-action works are getting better, then maybe there is hope that this can give Sandler an animated movie that might, dare I say, actually be enjoyable. And now that Leo is out to see the world, will this be the latest Happy Madison movie that will make me happy? Or is it best for this old lizard to stay in school so he could learn something? Let's find out. The story. The movie doesn't try to be some big epic adventure or bring us to some magical world we've never seen before. What Leo tries to accomplish is something that's simple and down to earth. The story focuses on an old lizard in an elementary school who discovers that he doesn't have much time to live. So, for his final school year, he helps each of the students in his class and leave a small impact on them so that they could not only survive the year, but also grow as individuals.
Why would you only talk to me?
'Cause you're nice. You're great at school answering all the questions.
I love to learn things.
In a way, the movie doesn't try hard to make itself stand out from the rest. It's aware that it's already done so with its own subdued nature. However, this is also its own problem because while it may not try hard, a part of it feels like it doesn't try at all. The movie is completely driven by 2 of the most overused cliches in cartoons and in family films. The first is the fact that animals can talk, but they have this unified rule that they should never speak in front of the humans.
Please, I'm begging you to keep quiet. If people know I talk, they'll send me to a scientist or something.
The second, and the dominant plotline of the feature, is the one thing that Leo says to every student.
So you only talk to me because I'm special.
Sure.
Yep, the movie's narrative is the little white lie trope, and it follows the exact same formula that you'd expect from that type of story. In fact, it could be comparable to the first Hotel Transylvania, as Adam Sandler's character creates a lie that the others started to grow fond throughout the picture until the truth is inevitably revealed. I understand not going big with the tone and create something that the kids can relate to so that they see themselves in the movie, but the way that it does nothing to try something new with the narrative or include something interesting that hasn't been done before does leave a disappointing mark that it's understandable how this could be passed off as just another bland animated kids flick.
What? I'm leaving.
I tried.
And yet, despite lacking any originality in the plot, it finds a way to save itself by being endearing. What drives the movie is not the story itself, but rather its message, that no matter how old you are, you should have someone in your life that you can trust to open up about your personal problems, and that they can not only help solve those issues, but also help you become a better person in the long run. It's a very nice message that I wholeheartedly support, and it works well to supply a good amount of heartfelt moments that help present the bond between Leo and the students as he tries to give the kids some advice to help improve their school year.
It's about sharing my 74 years of wisdom to help these kids with their issues.
Another element that aids the feature is the comedy. As you'd probably expect from an Adam Sandler feature, the movie is sprinkled with gags to keep the tone light and amusing. In Leo, I find that most of the humor actually works. I was even surprised how I got several good laughs from the movie with its variety of jokes supplied by the animation and the characters. It's a good tool that kept me engaged. However, I cannot say that all the comedy is for everyone. There can be a few misses that occur and even feature some gross-out humor that can make some people feel, well, grossed out. In a way, instead of delivering its viewers a good plot, it gave them some heart. I may not fully forgive the bland story, but I appreciate that it gave something nice. The animation. As a more down-to-earth movie, it's no surprise that the animation doesn't do anything extravagant either. However, it shows that there was still a lot of work put onto the visuals of Leo, and it overall makes a look that I'd best describe as okay. It's certainly not among the best animation you'd find on Netflix, but I'd still place it in the category of good. One drawback that I'll get out of the way now is that I don't find the concepts to be among the film's strong suits. I'm not saying that they're badly designed or that they make this look awful, it's just that they don't introduce us anything that's new or interesting. What you get is a bunch of people and regular animals who can talk, along with backgrounds that mainly consist of the class and the homes of the students. Maybe there are a few other areas shown in the film, but it's just hard to find something within the ideas that can visually make the feature memorable in any way.
Stop, but I just can't stop it. Instead,
Sorry, I'm listening. Please, go ahead.
But I will give it that even if the concepts are not inspiring, this is not a case where there's no reason for this to be an animated feature in the first place. In fact, it's the best medium for this storytelling. While it may not be as cartoony as Hotel Transylvania, it does have a mindset of a cartoon in order to execute some of its comedy. A good amount relies on visual humor and timing, and they can actually be enjoyable with how they show Looney Tunes-style reactions and playing around some of the over-the-top scenarios.
Russian judge.
The designs are also nice, where maybe they're not the most original, they do give the film a good look. Leo and Squirtle are easily the best parts of the animation, where the animators really make the most out of their personalities to convey their acting, especially the title character. The humans have a Disney-esque look where they lean a bit more on the realistic side, as if Riley from Inside Out could easily fit in with the class. And I love how the team went with something totally different with the kindergartners to present them as little balls of chaos.
duck, goose.
And I do want to note that even if I said the animation's originality may be lacking a bit, there are a few attempts to try to spice up its style, which is the case with some of the musical numbers to have their moments stand out a little more.
I feel safe, but also feel my social life melting away. I'm not saying that your caring is a crime.
However, there are also a few things with the animation that does take away from the quality a little. While I am cool with the designs in general, the rest of the animals, outside of Leo and Squirtle, look a little uncanny with the way that they try to be hyper-realistic and aren't as stylized as the rest of the picture. That, and there's something about the rendering that makes the movie look unpolished and makes the characters' movements not as smooth as other computer-animated features. I don't blame the animation team at all on this, it's just the technology they use isn't as strong by today's standards. Maybe those things can sound nitpicky, but with the overall picture, it has this aesthetic that looks like it was made by a small indie studio or something for the 2000s decade. I would have been a lot more forgiving if either of that were true. But this is not the case though. We're talking about a 2023 animated feature from a major Hollywood studio and visuals made by Animal Logic, no less. By those standards, I feel like it's reasonable to ask for a little more than this.
Great. Why can't they move us around a little so we can know more?
I cannot say that I was impressed by the animation, but that doesn't mean that I didn't like it. It has a simple goal, gave me some funny moments, and that's enough for me to respect it and give it a pass. The characters. Usually, when the story leans on the weaker side, it is to be expected that the characters don't supply much substance either to help the feature out. This is surprisingly not the case. Leo's goal is to help the kids overcome their insecurities, and as that is the emotional core of the picture, it makes the characters the best part of the film with how they are the ones who carry both the heart and some of the comedy, helping them become more likable and see them either accomplish their goals or become better than how they started the school year. Let's begin with the title lizard himself, Leo, who became worried about his legacy when he realized that he may not have much time left. So, in order to make his last moments in life worthwhile, he decided to break the animal rule about talking to humans in order to help the students overcome their insecurities and personal issues. This might not be the case for everyone, but I can imagine some might feel put off by Adam Sandler's voice. It's almost comparable to Whitey from 8 Crazy Nights with this exaggerating gravelly voice, and he talks like that throughout the whole film.
Oh no, the kids always cry at the end, trying to count how many years old I am. If I got here in 1949 and it's 2023, what does that make me? What? No, just a little bit.
No. There is no little bit.
I understand if it's draining at first, but if you can get through that, you'll find that Leo is a very appealing character. In a way, his heart is louder than his voice, and even if he has to lie to each student to make them feel more special, it shows that he genuinely cares about them and gains satisfaction with how his wisdom is aiding them to become better both in their studies and with their social life.
Remember, everyone's scared, so don't keep it to yourself. Find your Leo to talk to.
Alongside him in the class is Squirtle, his pessimistic and snarky tortoise friend. When the two are together, they can be a lot of fun with the way both Sandler and Bill Burr bounce off each other with their dry wit, and deliver some snappy remarks that can often get to hilarious levels.
1968, 1969, 1970. I'm out of toes and fingers. What else can I count with?
I tell you, but there's kids around. I was talking about his tail.
As for the students, they are actually an interesting bunch. They each represent the tropes you commonly find in any classroom, from the popular girl to the talkative one to the bully to the clean freak to the class clown and more. The impressive trick this movie does is that they take these archetypes as examples of how each of them need to discuss about their insecurities, and not only acknowledging the issues of them, but advise how they can grow in order to become more likable, giving each of the kids an arc to show how they were able to overcome their problems.
But I didn't just say whatever I thought the flag should look like. I listened to others to see what they thought. The result was the superior design we had today, and also people liking me more.
And then there's the teacher, Miss Malkin, a substitute who's more about discipline and gives the students a hard time in order to make them learn. Of course, with that tough exterior, she hides her own personal problems that could benefit from the aid of Leo to open about them. However, without spoiling anything, her relationship with Leo can take some unexpected weird turns where it feels more like it's just an excuse to give the movie a climax so that the ending doesn't go off too easily and give the lizard a sudden challenge.
Those pictures are none of your business.
Gotcha. Never saw.
The story may not have done anything to change from its own cliches, but the characters were able to give a good twist to the school tropes we are familiar with to make the message stronger and for the heart to be more tender. They're like watching some good kids where you know that they got a bright future ahead of them. The songs. This is honestly a weird situation because I feel like it's kind of debatable to call Leo a musical in the traditional sense. Yes, there are times when characters burst out singing, but it's not the same sense where they put on a show-stopping musical to give the songs a spotlight. Actually, most of the time, the numbers don't even get the top priority and can happen when they get interrupted with others having a dialogue on the side.
Extra time. The other kids are sweating all the answers they're forgetting, all except for mine. Cause my kid's got extra time.
Mom, should we put the lizard in my room?
I could only think of 2 scenes where the movie gave the songs its full attention and let it play out in its entirety. And yet, even when the tunes do play, they don't feel fully planned out. By listening to the lyrics, they sound more like they were made up on the spot without having true intentions to be actual songs on their own. Almost like the choice to be a musical was done halfway into production instead of it being planned out at the very beginning when conceptualizing the picture.
5 more minutes.
Cold this year, you have to get up on your own this year.
5 more minutes.
Okay, 5 more minutes.
Way to be strong, Dad.
And with the way it doesn't give much importance to the songs, it makes me question if it was necessary to make this a musical in the first place. I'm not saying that the filmmakers should have turned this into a Broadway show, but do the characters have to sing if the numbers don't add much to the picture? I mean, poor kid here had to be auto-tuned just to make him say that he's tired of his drone.
They hadn't yet invented drones to follow me when I was 3.
But while I question the point of this being a musical, keep in mind that I never said that these songs were bad or that they make the feature less enjoyable. The worst case for them is that they're not very memorable with the way that they don't feel planned out. However, the moments I personally feel like they work best is the times when Leo gives his advice for the kids. It gives the moments a little extra charm and makes the lessons he gives to them more special, especially for young viewers so that they can remember them easier.
But the kids who are most popular are the kids who want to know what other kids think.
In a way, the songs of Leo feel less like a legitimate movie musical and more like a children's show. They're not the most memorable bunch, but for the moments, they add that extra whimsy to make the morals more fun. And as the film already has a great heart, that quality does help transfer onto the numbers where there is that redeemability and give it some justifiable substance. The songs are not to make the movie grand, but rather to help deliver the message. And while I am going to forget about them after this review, they are at least doing something nice. I can confidently say that this is the best animated film featuring Adam Sandler yet. I know that bar was set pretty low beforehand, and this still isn't all that great, but having that title is worth something. Leo is a generic animated feature that rather wants to play it safe than take any risks, but it has enough charm to make the experience pleasantly enjoyable. I do agree that it does lack some memorability or any form of originality, and there's a high chance that you won't remember this for long. But the work done on the feature can range from being passable to surprisingly likable to deliver a movie with a strong heart, fun comedy, decent animation, nice characters, and some cute songs. I wouldn't consider this to be a must-watch. I'd even say that you won't miss much if you choose to skip this, but it is harmless enough that if you want to watch it, then I think you'll get some enjoyment. Not my top pick on Netflix, but not a bad pick either. There was a lot to criticize about this picture, but from all the love and laughs that it gave me, I'll admit that it's hard to hate this, and I do appreciate that it's doing something nice for its viewers. Never thought I'd say that about an Adam Sandler movie.